Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into the Real Psychic Investigators, and my name is Nehru. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome in, collective and investigators. We will be getting into another psychic investigation reading in a minute. Before, of course, there's a little preliminary information, including new subscribers and downloads. Okay. So, Keely, Keely, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome into this collective. I appreciate you and your high vibrational energy. Mary, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay. All right. There could be something about there could be something about a serial killer that comes out here in the energy. Manny Ramirez. Okay, someone could go by Manny, or someone's name is Emmanuel. Manny Ramirez. Okay. Let's see. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Manny Ramirez. Oh, let me connect to the internet. Okay, so tap in. Okay, connect. There's a baseball player, Manny Ramirez. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of a different. Okay, so that's Manny Ramirez. Okay, so there could be that. Okay, so I could have the name wrong. Let's do this. Ramirez, serial killer. Richard Ramirez. Okay, so there's a double. First name, last name, Richard. Okay, so Richard, Ricky. Okay, Richard Ramirez. Okay, serial killer. Okay, Ricardo Leyva Munoz Ramirez. Investigators, any of those names. Okay, was an American serial killer, sex offender, and burglar whose killing spree occurred in the greater Los Angeles and San Francisco Bay Area, okay, in the state of California, born in El Paso, Texas, on 1/29, so he was born on the leap day in 1960, born on the leap day in 1960, okay? There could be something about February 29th that resonates for you. I know it does for me, because one of my supreme helpers, okay, passed on February 29th, 2008. All right. Put to death 6/7/13. 6/7/13. Someone needs to get the chair, okay? Spouse, Doreen Leoy. Okay, I don't even know how in the world you even marry a serial killer. Okay, parents, Mercedes. There's something about a Mercedes. Do you want to ride in my Mercedes, boy? Someone could be asking you, do you want to ride in my Mercedes, man? Sir? Someone could be asking you to ride in their Mercedes. Julian. Okay, parents, Mercedes and Julian. Siblings, Ruth. I keep saying we're going to look up Ruth Bader. We're going to look up her information right away. Joseph, okay? Robert and Reuben, siblings, okay? Went to Thomas Jefferson High School, okay? Let's look up Ruth. Okay? So I often speak about divine feminines, or I speak of feminine energies who on the earth function in a masculine type of occupation. That was Ruth Bader Gingrich. All right. So Ruth Bader Gingrich, okay, born Joan Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Where am I getting the other name from? I don't know what I was saying. Okay, Ginsburg. Okay. American attorney. So there's something about an attorney and jurist who served as an associate justice of the Supreme Court of the United States from 1993 until her death in 2020. 1993, investigators, 2020. Born 3/15/33. Talk about synchronicity. 3/15/33. So that's 3/15, which is 5 threes, and 3 3. Past 9/18/20. Okay, 9/18/20. All right. Ruth Bader. All right. So this is an example of a woman, okay, who was purposed here to function in a masculine way. Okay. This is someone who functioned in a masculine way when divine said that the masculine energy is to till the ground of the earth. Okay. That is what she did. Masculine energy in a female. There we go. Okay. Again, it doesn't mean she's a lesbian. It doesn't mean anything like that. It's a spiritual thing. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it. The name Lopez. Okay. Lopez. We've looked up George Lopez's information, the comedian again. Okay. So you could be a comedian. Okay. You could be launching that career. Also, there is someone here who subscribed to the channel, and they are a lyricist. They are a poet. They write poems. I looked at their channel. I listened to some of their poems, and I'll probably be sharing some of those. Okay, so you know who you are. Okay, so welcome in again to you, and thank you so much for being a part of the journey. Let's go ahead and get into the energy. Okay. Let's start out with some angel numbers today. I say today, but it's evening in the United States, but yeah. Okay. Divine source, ancestors of the collective, ancestors of the investigators. Okay. Let's, also there could be something about a Supreme Court ruling in your favor. Okay. Your case could go all the way to the Supreme Court. Okay. We have a card in these stacks that says, new laws and policies will be written behind your case. So that does take, in the United States, that takes the Supreme Court, that takes the president, that takes, yeah. All right. So legislation. Okay. Divine source, angel numbers today for the collective and the investigative cases that are currently going on. Okay. Angel numbers for the collective and the investigators that's currently going on. Okay. We have 7777, 4444. And 0220 or 2020, Ruth. Okay. So there could be something about judgment. Okay. She was a judge. There's something about just judge, a judge. Again, Sanhedrin Council. Okay. 70 spiritual judges. Okay. 7777 for perseverance, 0220 for act on your idea. So you are being encouraged to launch something or continue to do what it is that you are doing. Okay, because you're making a difference. 4444, blessing in disguise. Okay, blessing in disguise. All right. So, yeah, wherever they need to go, divine, wherever the angel numbers need to go. Okay. Roll of the zodiac. die. Okay, cancer comes out here all the time. Okay, or at least recently. So cancer is significant. Oh, give me just one moment while I look this up. Okay. All right. Hello, Capricorn. Okay. So we have Cancer, Capricorn. Okay. C zodiac signs. The letter C zodiac signs. And we have an Aries. Okay. So Cancer, Capricorn, Aries. You or someone in your energy, investigators and collective. All right. Also, Aquarius could be significant. Aquarius. Again, the last reading, we got age of Aquarius out here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some zodiacs. Some zodiacs. Let's go ahead and get some tarot. All right. I've only had one cup of coffee this morning. So. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Fool card, we have the Page of Wands, we have some con man liar energy out here, okay? We have the Knight of Pentacles for delivery of some sort of information concerning money. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Okay. So options, choices, and information. Options, choices, information, and a fool's journey. Okay. A fool's journey. In the journal that this one, that I shared yesterday about or earlier again. I say yesterday because it's yesterday for me. Where I was talking about meeting the prophet in the grocery store. Okay. A couple of these things have already happened, and one of them happened immediately. Okay. And so again, this meeting happened on 4/18/14. Okay. That is 1818. Okay. 4/18/18 is 1818. Okay. One of the things that he told me was that there was going to be a trip to Ohio. Okay. He told me that there was going to be a trip to Ohio. Okay. You could be experiencing ascension symptoms. Okay. Your back, okay, is your spiritual center. Okay. That is your spiritual nervous center. Okay. Nerve center. Okay. There's something called Cristos. We're going to look up Cristos, okay? And we're going to look up Kundalini. We're going to look up Cristos and Kundalini, okay? Your back, your vertebrae is the antenna. Okay? We're going to get into that. He told me I was going to be taking a trip to Ohio soon, okay? And I was like, Ohio? I'm going to Ohio for, right? But believe it or not, I was contacted like 3 months later, something. Okay. Ended up going to Ohio. And in 2014, I went to Ohio, okay, to testify against Kevin, the polygamist, who also took my first wife while I was in the military. Okay. All right. And she stayed with him until he was incarcerated and probably still following his instructions today if, again, he's no longer physically here. Okay. He took my first wife from me in 1998. He actually did it before then, but in the physical, okay, it actually happened in 1998. Okay. There could be something about 2008 again. I mentioned that earlier. Okay. So I didn't know that, but he told me you're going to be taking a trip to Ohio soon. And a few months later, flying to Ohio and testifying against Kevin's karmic ass. Okay. All right. And I didn't need to testify. He thought he was going to get a lighter sentence by not going through the trial, and the judge The judge, what is it called? Upward. The judge sentenced him upward or something like that, meaning there's a minimum sentence for crimes, okay? And there's a maximum sentence for crime. The judge elevated, okay, his sentence and gave him the maximum, which is 40 to 60 years. Okay? So I didn't even need to testify. Okay? When he found out who was going to testify, he decided no. Okay? But the judge, highly intuitive, knew we had to get that demonic spirit, Apophis, Apep, polygamist. They knew they had to get them off the street. Thank you, Judge. Okay? So that's one of the things that have already happened in this book. Okay? He told me that my real spouse, okay, my divine partner would come at the end. At the end of what? At the end of the judgment. Okay? For the karmic activity. Okay? He said, every woman that I have dated, married, or will up until the end is a counterfeit. He said every last one of them. And sure enough, every last one of them, all the way up until the last person I dated, whose name was Jennifer Willis, who is she's a doctor. She's a pediatric renal doctor. Okay. In Central Florida. Okay. Dr. Jennifer Willis. Okay. She's from Chicago. Okay. Yeah, I dated a doctor. Don't mean shit to me. Again, natural titles don't mean nothing to me. Okay. How are you? Okay. Where are you? Okay. Anything else that has happened? Oh, he also told me to open up multiple accounts. He said, because at some point you're going to receive quite a bit of money. And he said, you're going to need accounts to put this money in. He said, so open up multiple accounts, multiple savings accounts, just to, again, okay. And I was still on dialysis in 2014. And in fact, I was only a year and a couple of months into dialysis at that time. Okay. So we have the Magician. I know I'm talking a lot. The Page of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles. The Fool card. You are a high vibrational fool. Others are a low vibrational fool or just a dumbass. Ten of someone's trying to knock the money out of your hand. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Four of Cups. Okay. Again, you could be bored, okay? Because now you're like, okay, you're just waiting for the justice. You've done the work. You're in the Nine of Pentacles. You're in the Nine of Cups, okay? You've done the work and you're just waiting, okay? You're just waiting for these to come in, okay? For divine to show you who these are, whoever these are bringing, whatever this represents to you. This could represent people, projects, locations. This could represent anything. Clients, okay? Anything, all right? And for a big fat payday, for a big, somebody like Mike, not paydays. I like paydays. The candy bar, I like paydays, okay? I like peanut butter, period, okay? And someone's gonna be like, what? You don't like? I'm not a big fan of Reese cups. Don't get mad. I'm not a big fan of Reese cups. Maybe it's, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Reese cups, right? I like Mars almond. I like candy bars with stuff in it. Like a Milky Way is like the worst candy bar. Like, ugh, right? Because it's just like, it's like a sponge. All right. Start looking at travel destinations, collective. Start looking at travel destinations because you are about to get paid. Somebody is, okay? On the 4444, there might be some difficulties ahead. And again, that just has to deal with the choices again, okay? Are you going to go back to the karmic? Are you going to let the karmics back in? Are you going to move forward when this new idea, this new person, this new individual shows up? Are you going to move forward? Are you going to move forward boldly? Are you going to be fearful? Are you going to fall back into karmic activity? What are you going to do? That's all it speaks to. But you will push through. You got this. If you have been struggling or feeling lost, the winds of change will blow in your favor. If you've been suffering or feeling lost, some things may fall apart, but you're building the framework for something much better. Hang in there, 40-40-44. Okay? You could be born on the 44th day of the year, or someone else in this energy could be. Time to start looking at travel destinations. You know, one of the places that I want to go to, like holistic place. One of the places that I want to go to is there is a holistic resort in Thailand, like Kumawawa or Kumawa or something along those lines. It is a holistic resort where it is amongst the tropical rainforest or forest in Thailand. That is on my list. Okay. I have been to Thailand, okay? Spent a couple of months in Thailand, okay? The names Sabrina, Samantha, okay? There's something about a silhouette, okay? Or someone's following you, okay? Sabrina, Samantha, silhouette. All right? And again, that's a blessing in disguise. So Sabrina could be the blessing in disguise. Samantha, we've looked up Sabrina Carpenter's information. She is a music artist. Samantha, okay? Someone is a witch, like Bewitched, Samantha. Bewitched, Samantha, okay? Someone's married to, yeah, a witch, okay? This witch could not work, okay? And the male figure goes to work, okay? All right, or the masculine figure goes to work, but the feminine energy stays at home. Bewitched, okay? Next, on the magician, we have North Korea, okay? So we have communist energy out here, okay? Wake up, FBI. We have communist energy out here, North Korea, okay? Or racist energy out here, okay? North Korea, someone's a communist, someone's a dictator, okay? There's a Derek Kinsey that I served in the military with at Fort Bragg with Michael Jordan's eldest brother, James Jordan. And Derek used to say, he was a clown. He used to say, someone could like softball or play softball again. He used to say, he used to have some joke about dictate, okay? Like if you were to dictate something, okay? But he used it as in dictaste, like he used it as a joke, like, yeah, he would use that word funny in some funny joking way, okay? So a play on words, okay? Someone could be using a play on words with you, collective investigators. Someone could be playing with words. Well, I said this, technically I didn't say that because it means this. I meant that, I didn't mean, right? Someone could be playing games. Mind trickery, okay? All right. And on the other side of the magician, we have a child kidnapping ring investigators. FBI out here, okay? Child kidnapping ring anywhere in the world, anywhere in the world. This could be in North Korea, okay? I understand that I understand that the people born in North Korea, you can't leave North Korea. If you are born in North Korea, you cannot leave. Okay, someone's name is Kim. Okay, you cannot leave. How bad is that? Just because you were born in a country and the dictator is a dick, you can't leave? You can't fly out? You can't go on vacation to another country? You cannot. If you were born in North Korea, you cannot leave. That's wild. Talk about slavery. Wow. All right, next, we have the name Hunter. Someone could be a photographer. Someone's name could be Gregory. Gregory Hines, tap dancing. Someone's tap dancing around the truth. Gregory Hines, someone's tap dancing around the truth. We'll take a look at his information. Ben Barine, Ben, Ace of Pentacles, Hunter. Hunter could have been going after your pentacles, okay? Someone could be have like a printing studio, again, photography, be a film developer, okay? Something's gonna be supersonic. Your Ace of Pentacles coming in is gonna be supersonic, okay? When it comes in, you'll be surprised at the amount. You'll be surprised at the number of people who tried to steal it from you, whatever that is. Again, inheritances left to you, finding out that you were adopted, you were taken by a family, you were any of that, okay? When it comes in, it's going to be supersonic. Someone could be a hunter, duck hunter, deer hunter, squirrel hunter, raccoon hunter, any of that, okay? All right. Okay. Your ancestors could be hunting these individuals down. Your ancestors hunting these individuals down. We have St. Louis, Missouri, okay? St. Louis, Missouri investigators. St. Louis, Missouri. All right, we're going to pull some karmic energy on what we have out here in a moment. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, sharing the content. Oh, also, let me give a very special thank you. So there is a very special thank you going out to ZAAP. Okay, I'm not going to say your full name because, again, there are stalkers all over the place. Okay, so ZAAP, you have shared several of the videos. Thank you so much. Okay, I send a special love to you. Okay, feel my cosmic hug. Okay. St. Louis, on the other side of St. Louis, we have a karmic aunt. Okay, your aunt or someone else's aunt. Behind that, we have Sharma. Okay, karmic aunt. Okay, this aunt could have no kids. Okay, one of the things that I realized about Judy, and again, these are things that divine brought to me after I began to awaken. Okay. I was going to talk about the central nervous, the back. That's what I was going to talk about. That's what I knew there was something important. Thank you, divine. Thank you, ancestors. All right. So one of the things that divine has shown me about Judy, and I always wonder, well, as I began to grow, mature, I wondered why Judy never got married. Okay. Judy never got married because she never really truly detached from Kevin. She was connected to Kevin even when I moved her to Florida in 2014. When we met that prophet in that grocery store, she was there with me. It was only her and I. Okay, it was in an Aldi. Okay. Also, there could be something about that kind of discount store. Someone could work at an Aldi or Save a Lot. What's the big box store that has like orange writing for the name? I can't think of it. And they sell like household goods and all of that sort of thing. I can't think of it. Big Lots. Thank you, divine. Big Lots. Okay. So someone could work at some type of discount, like some type of something like that. Okay. But I always wondered why Judy never got married. Okay. It was because she never detached from Kevin, okay? Because they were after something that belongs to me, whatever that is, okay? Or just after me, okay? She never got married, okay? Always attached to Kevin. This is the reason why, because whatever the inheritance, listen to me, collective, listen to me, investigators, whatever the inheritance was or is concerning my journey, she could not bring another man into that situation because she couldn't marry someone else because she wouldn't want someone else to get that information. Kevin told her not to, or however it goes, okay? She never married, never. Never had a boyfriend consistently, never had a man consistently, never. We met that prophet 2 months, a month or so after, weeks after I moved Judy, when she retired, moved her to Florida from Mississippi. She stood there and listened to what that prophet had to say. 0220, he also talked to her. I didn't write any of that information down because her journey doesn't concern me. You have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this when you see this program, when you see this pattern, since what you plant will grow, okay? You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. Rise up. Collective, rise up. Investigators, rise up. Rise up. Okay? Karmic aunt. Okay? This karmic aunt could live in the same city you live in, or could have at one point. Confirmation horn honk. Okay? So, this karmic aunt for some of you lives in the same city you live in, whether you know that or not. Okay? For me, I didn't know how many relatives there are that lived in the same city that I lived in. Okay? So, any of the names that I mentioned out here could be a baby boomer, Sharma, Hunter, okay? The communist or racist, okay? North Korea could represent racist information also, or energy also. Sabrina, Samantha, okay? Or someone from St. Louis, baby boomer. Okay? Baby boomer. On the other side of the 7777, we have Tachina Arnold. Hello, girl. What's happening? Again, girl is affectionately. What's going on? 7777. Okay, we look up Tachina's information on the regular basis because the name comes out here all the time. And again, it may not be her. It could just be celebrity energy of any sort. And again, celebrity doesn't mean that level of celebrity. It could mean your local mayor. It could mean a politician. It could mean a congressman, congresswoman. It could be a judge. It could be an attorney who has a law firm in your city or a law firm somewhere else. Okay, and they are well known. For instance, John Morgan. Okay, he's karmic, but John Morgan. Okay, do you know he has like 8 DUIs? That attorney, John Morgan, the largest injury law firm in the world with like 3,000 attorneys. John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan has like 8 DUIs. Do you know that? His license has been revoked forever. 8 DUI charges. It's true. Okay. There's a need for a change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. Okay. And again, that speaks to karmics. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the next step is. Also, the video yesterday, and it was 1 hour and 30 minutes, but the video yesterday took an extremely long time to upload. So something could be taking an extremely long time to upload. So you know what I did? Okay. This is what I did. Okay. I grabbed the crystal. I grabbed this mica at one point. Okay. I grabbed this mica and I set it on top of the phone, on top of the video. I took this sage incense. Okay. And I said, divine source, the truth that is spoken in this video, okay, it needs to be released. And I remove any and all karmic activity from stopping this video from being loaded. And again, it was hours. It took hours. And as soon as I did that, I turned around and bloop, it had 3 views, 5 likes, and all of, right? And it was immediate. Again, clearing your energy, it works. It's like magic. Okay? Reminds me of Irving Johnson, Magic Irving Johnson. It's like magic. It's like magic. Okay, so let's look up Kundalini and Cristos. Okay, Kundalini and Cristos. 720, currently 720 investigators, July 20th. Okay, so Cristos fluid. What is Cristos fluid? Okay, Cristos fluid. You know what I'm going to do? I really hate to do. No, we're going to keep going. I was going to stop the video and do a part 2 because of the uploading process, but we'll see how this one goes. And then if I need to break them up moving forward for however long I'm in this location in Vietnam or what have you, then we'll do that. I really don't like doing part 1 and 2s because the views get extremely lopsided. And I don't know if it's because the viewers don't see part 2 or what have you, but yeah. So Cristos, okay, or Cristos oil refers to the spiritual concept that the body's own cerebrospinal fluid, okay, I was thinking to pronounce that some other way. Cerebrospinal fluid, okay, produced in the brain's colostrum, is a sacred oil, okay, anointing, symbolizing spiritual enlightenment flowing down the spine and potentially creating a resurrection or heightened consciousness when recycled back to the brain. The Cristos flows up and down your spine, and it is fluid, flows up and down your spine. Again, your spine is the esoteric antenna, okay? All right? Cristos, Christ-like spiritual awakening, lunar cycles, becoming consciously aware. Cristos, okay? This is why during your ascensions, your back will go through some pains, okay? Again, if you think you need medical assistance, I am not a doctor, go get medical assistance. But if you know you're meditating and you're ascending, okay? And what is Kundalini? Cristos and Kundalini. Okay? Kundalini is a powerful, dormant until you awaken, divine feminine energy symbolized as a coiled serpent. Again, that's the spine. That's the spine. Okay? Located at the base of the spine, representing untapped creative and spiritual potential in Hinduism and Tantra. Its awakening through practices like Kundalini yoga, Kundalini meditation involves raising this energy through the body's energy centers, chakras, those are your chakras, the 7 main chakras, okay, to the crown of the head, which is the 7th chakra, leading to expanded consciousness, spiritual connection, and bliss. And that's all by yourself. That's not with people around you. You can experience bliss right now by yourself. Okay, while you are going through your whatever solitude and hermit modes. Okay, this ancient practice brought to the West by Yogi Bhajan uses breath work. Okay, mantras, Aravat mantras. Okay, mantras, meditation and postures, kriyas, to activate this energy. resulting in deep physical, mental, and spiritual transformation. Kundalini. Kundalini. Let me get a... Okay? So, this is part of what your spiritual makeup is. You see that image? This is part of what you look like spiritually on the inside. Investigators, collective, this is part of what you look like on the inside. Again, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, not human beings having a spiritual experience. Okay? Next, the name Amber. Okay? Could be something about an Amber Alert. Okay? Someone's not working late, collective. Okay? You could be getting this information with this Page of Wands. Someone's not working late. This could be a confirmation for you on this right here, ladies. He's not working late. Okay? Okay? This could be your father. He's not working late. Okay? And Amber. Let's go ahead and get some karmic tarot out here on what we have thus far. Thank you so much, Divine, for revealing the truth to us and through us. Okay. Okay. You might need to have some understanding about something. Okay. And again, that's grace. I have understanding. Okay. Again, in the courtroom, there would be no need for me to be ugly. None whatsoever, because the justice is already done. Okay. There would be no need for me to be ugly. Okay. And that's what I had to realize to help me get over the obsessive energy. Okay. Because the obsessive energy keeps you from focusing on yourself. Okay. That's what they want to do. They want you to stay focused on them. They want you to continue to go back to their pages, check them online. They want you to do that. Okay. Because they want you to stay obsessive. The karmics, they want you to stay obsessive. Okay. We have debt. That could be karmic debt. Okay. Karmic debt. Someone's in karmic debt. Okay. Someone had a 50-year plan to take you out. And then when you live past 50 years, which is your second Jubilee this lifetime, they were out of gas. Somebody tried to take you out within the first 50 years of your life this lifetime, like they did the previous lifetime. Someone tried to take you out. Okay. That ghost. Okay. This could be someone who ghosted you or someone you eventually ghosted. Okay. What's on the top of the deck? The remote control or the gamer, the game, the crying game, the crying game. Who started the crying game? Names of those who starred in the crying game for synchronicity. Let's see. Cast of the movie The Crying Game.
The Crying Game has a cast of 26 actors. Here are the first three: Jay Davidson, Stephen Ray, and Forrest Whitaker.
Okay, so Jay Davidson. Okay, someone could be from England. Stephen Ray, Forrest Whitaker, Miranda Richardson. Okay, the name Miranda and Richard. Richard's out here again. Richardson. Okay, Richard Ramirez. Okay. Adrian Dunbar, Joe Savina, and Brafina McKenna. Okay, The Crying Game, released in 1992. Okay, The Crying Game. Okay, I worked at a movie theater as a teenager when The Crying Game came out in Altamont Springs, Florida. Okay, I only speak the truth. I have no reason to lie. Okay, and again, debt. Someone had a plan. Down there that says 50-year plan. Someone had a plan, a long-term plan. Someone was playing the long game. They tracked you. They followed you. They tapped your IP addresses. They sent gang stalkers by your house. Somebody getting busted now. Okay, or will be. Next, on the 10 of Pentacles, we have undiagnosed illness. Again, cancer energy continues to come out. That could be the diagnosis. Okay. Also, body dysmorphia energy. Body dysmorphia energy. Okay. Also, someone could go by their last name or part of their last name. Okay. So for instance, someone's name could be Yolanda, but they call her Rob. Okay. Last name Robinson or Robin. Somebody go by Rob. They go by their last name. Somebody calls them by their last name. Someone wants to wine you, dine you, 69 you. This could be the individual with the undiagnosed illness. This could have been what they were doing, and then you ghosted them, or they ghosted you, and then you began to see that they were karmic. Okay, undiagnosed illness. This could be the one who tried to wine you, dine you, 69 you. Okay. There's an artist. Speaking of poet, okay, yes, artist energy, energy. Goodness. Okay, artist energy. Tachina Campbell, or Tachina, I said Campbell, Tachina Arnold. Okay, artist, hunter, artist, a photographer is an artist. Okay, a singer, artist. Okay. For options, okay? So they could have been treating you like you were an option, collective investigators. They could have been treating you like you were an option, okay? They had all of these options out here, okay? And that one right there was you. That one right there was you. That one right there was you. But they kept going from traveling, okay? Sexcapades, OnlyFans, okay? Whatever that is, okay? All right. And on the other side of the Seven of Cups, we have Australia. Okay. Australia. Okay. So, Amber could be in Australia. Hunter could be in Australia. Any of the other names, Sabrina, any of these, the karmic aunt could be in Australia. They could have ran to Australia investigators. Okay. Also, there's something about a fake passport. A fake passport. Okay. Someone's a Gen Y in this energy. Yeah, of course. Okay. Live out loud. Live out loud. Okay. That's your truth. Okay. On the Fool card, it takes a fool to live out loud. It takes a fool to live authentically. Okay. It takes a fool. Okay. When you no longer fear what the world can do to you, you become a type of fool. Okay, you can also be a fool when you try to please the world. Okay, so be the high vibrational fool that you were created to be and live out loud, collective investigators. Live out loud. The name's Arthur on the other side of the Fool card. Arthur, Luther, Gunther. Okay, someone cursed their bloodline. Arthur, Luther, Gunther. I'm getting the name Lex Luger, Lex Luthor, Lex something. Okay. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. About a drought, okay? That's over. The Knight of Pentacles on the drought. For some of you, again, take what resonates. Again, if you know you're not there yet, just understand that this is a prophecy and a declaration over your journey, okay? But the drought will end if you stay the course. The drought will end if you stay the course. Evelyn, Erica, Elaine, Eleanor. It could be any version of these names. Eve, someone could go by Eve, okay? Evelyn, Eleanor. It could be Eric, okay? Any of these names, the drought is over. Any of these names could be the reason why you went through a spiritual drought, financial drought, okay? When I was at the Rock of Central Florida, still being faithful to Steve, I was homeless 3 different times, twice while on dialysis. twice while on dialysis, sleeping in my car. One was a minivan and one was a Mercedes. Homeless 3 different times in those 20 years I was at the Rock of Central Florida. And still being faithful. Okay? I said technically speaking earlier, so someone's going to be talking like that investigator. Someone's going to be trying to... Okay? See? Say less. Collective. Say less. Okay? You might be telling somebody to say less. Okay? Oh, you ain't got to tell me nothing else. Say less. You ghost me, you ain't got to say nothing else. Say less. Drought coming to an end. Okay, so we have silence is golden at this time and less is more at this time. Okay, so there's something about bringing balance to some things, collective. This is not about them. This is about you. This is about you, investigators, FBI, CIA, DEA. This is about your agency, your organization. Okay, less is more at this time. And silence is golden at this time. So sit in silence. Again, you could be bored, okay? Okay? So less is more at this time, whatever that is, okay? So you could be bored and just be sitting there doing nothing but watching TV and meditating and that sort of thing, okay? So maybe less TV and go outside, okay? Something about less is more, okay? There are times when the days when the TV doesn't even get turned on. It just... except for meditating frequencies or something like that, when I don't even, yeah, okay? Because, yeah. All right? So let's go ahead and let's get some messages. Oh, let's get some karmic tarot. Okay. Divine, karmic energy for what is out here already. We have debt. We have someone's in St. Louis, a karmic aunt, okay? We have North Korea or communist racist energy. Also, we're looking at racial issues right here, okay? So someone's family could not want them to move forward with you because they are racist. And they don't want them to be with you, okay? That's fine with me, okay? That's fine with me. Again, Joseph Jellybean Bryant, that's fine with me. Don't bring your ass to my wedding. Ain't that right, Kobe? Ain't that right, Mamba? Ain't that right, Vanessa? Don't bring your ass to my wedding then, racist ass. I can't believe Kobe's dad was racist and didn't like Vanessa. That is amazing to me. Okay? We are dealing with men in black issues, collective, secret societies, those who try to control you, 18th wrong. We are dealing with dark, secret, covert societies. Yes, we are. We're putting a stop to it. That's what I just got. We're putting a stop to it. Okay? We're putting a stop to it. Someone was trying to be a backseat driver and control your life, tell you how to live your life. Don't marry him. Don't marry her. Don't be with them. That is all your decision. You marry and you be with whoever the fuck you want to be with. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? Okay, we have a clump right here. Okay, there could be something about the clumps. Hercules, the clumps. Or a family that is obese. Okay? An unhealthy family, spiritually or physically. Okay? They may not look unhealthy to you. Okay? The Scorpio did not look unhealthy, but that motherfucker ate KFC and Taco Bell every day. When I met her, I was in incredible shape after the transplant. By the time I met her, I was going to the gym 5 days a week, salmon, right? I was looking, I must say, I was getting back into good physical condition when I met her. She was a garbage eater. Okay? We have the strength card on the Leo. Okay? Leo. So, confidence, strength, okay? Courage to continue the mission. Okay? You are strong enough, collective. Okay? Because you grow in places where they didn't mean for you to grow. You grow in places where they didn't mean for you to grow. And someone is holier than thou. Rock of Central Florida. Someone is holier than thou. The individual riding around with the fish on the back of on the bumper of their car, or the Bible in their car. Them motherfuckers. Holier than thou. Go to church 5 days a week and then go home and do witchcraft. Go home and talk about their neighbors. Go home and whatever. Okay? Cheat on their spouse. But they're holier than thou. No, they're not. Okay? They are lesser. Okay? They are lesser. Okay? You know, one of the lies that people say is, I'm no better than anyone else. Oh, yes, the hell I am. I'm better than a whole lot. I'm better than most motherfuckers on this planet, if not all motherfuckers on this planet. Yeah. Don't fall for the low vibrational ass shit that man says. Okay? One in the hand is never, or rarely, I shall say rarely. One in the hand is rarely worth holding on to and ignoring the two in the bush. Man says one in the hand is worth two in the bush. No, that's stagnation. Oops, that's stagnation. Okay, so one of the very first cards that we had come out here as we tie up this reading is start looking for travel destinations, collective. And then we have the road trip. So any of the names and individuals, energies, zodiac signs, you could have taken a road trip with this person who ghosted you. You could have, you could be getting ready to go on a road trip. You could be ready to take this trip right here. Someone could be coming in with information that's going to free you up with your pentacles. Okay. Also, if someone's been doing beauty spells against you, okay, this is mainly for the women. If someone's been doing beauty spells against you, okay, and it was a female, I saw an episode of Steve Harvey the other day, okay, the Steve Harvey show. And in that show, the principal of the school, listen to the whole story, investigators, to pick up on things. The principal of the school in that show, whose name is Regina, okay, the students in that show were selling face cream, and she ended up growing a beard, okay, a 5 o'clock shadow, okay? So someone doing beauty spells against you, okay, if it's a female, they could now be experiencing facial hair. They could have a mustache, a beard, a 5 o'clock shadow, you know what I'm saying? Whiskers growing all in, okay? They might have a goatee that looks better than yours, men, right? So that is a confirmation to tie up the reading on the road trip. There is something about a vacation. You need to start looking at travel destinations, collective. The Fiji Islands are on my list. Dubai is on my list, and specifically resorts. That's in Thailand. Someone could be Thai in Thailand that starts with a K and is like Kumawa or something like that. Okay. Thank you so much as always for tuning in. Divine, before we go, is there anything else that you would like for me to share with the investigators and collective? Okay. Divine said, let's pray. So let's. Divine source, and you don't have to close your eyes. Okay. That's, again, keep your eyes open so that you can see. Keep your eye open so that you can see. Okay? So divine source, ancestors of our highest divine white light, to all of the Egyptian ancestors, to all of the Akashic record keepers, to all of the truth speakers, to all of those that we have journeyed with here in previous lifetimes in the 3D, we thank you, we love you. For all of you who are helping us clear our journey and clear the way, for all of you who are bringing intuitive downloads to the investigators, to the investigative agencies, For all of you that are exposing the karmic investigations and investigative agencies, the karmic U.S. agencies and secret societies and other secret societies all around the world, we thank you. We love you. Eravat, Divine Source, the Great I Am, we thank you for all of the intuitive information that you have given us, you release to us, and you continue to protect us. We thank you. Archangel Michael, Archangel Ragal, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Sandalphon, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Shamuel. We thank you for all that you bring to us, all that you do for us. We honor you. We honor you. We honor you. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. Collective, my name is Nehru. Investigators, my name is Nehru. I am I almost said internal investigator. I am a spiritual investigator, high vibrational empath, light worker, healer, born on the 333rd day of the year. I am a descendant of Issa, that is Yeshua. I am a direct descendant of Yeshua. You may look at this face and be like, how can a brown man be a descendant of Yeshua? That is exactly the deception. And that is exactly why I am in the body that I am in, so that I can walk deep into the places that have rarely been walked into, because they do not expect this to be a descendant of Yeshua. Thank you so much as always for tuning in, and be encouraged.